Okay, I really like this shirt. Here's the thing. I raise my arms. Significant under boob.
Yeah, I know. That always
Did
happens.
I already get you? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, you said I know, and I'm like, I've been just flashing you my nipples this whole time.
No, I just, if I wear a crop top, I have to wear a bra.
I think I should wear a bra. I think it would be better. It would hold them up.
Yeah. Well, this is our podcast. It's called Under Boob Pod,
where we whisper. Sorry, I'm in like a really sexy mood.
Yeah. We're back at it. It's still Wednesday.
It's still the same day as it was last week when you guys listened.
She's how many glasses deep of red wine?
Actually, that's only my third, and it's only halfway gone.
Okay.
And I've actually been really good about pouring small glasses. Tamara, you'd be
I
so
saw
proud of
your
me.
glass. It was not small.
Excuse me. It was this much. That's a normal pour.
I'm Tamara.
I'm Rell.
And this is Fearful Friends Podcast.
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Well, that was odd.
I'm trying to mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
It's not going well.
I still have my sexy raspy voice.
Yeah, remember from last week when we talked about it? It's the same day. Yeah. So no improvement there. I think it sounds great. Yeah. It's very sultry.
Yeah. Rich really likes it.
Yeah. I love it when people get sick and their voices are all deep.
Yeah.
Talk to me anytime you want, but not that close because I don't want to get sick.
Maybe just call me.
Why don't you leave me a nice voicemail and I can just listen to it over and over and over again. Just imagine that's how you talk all the time. I like it when I get sick too because I can hit all those deep notes when I sing. When I sing to myself.
I'm just paranoid because
nobody knows. Sorry, go on.
Paranoid because the doctor that I went to was like, I'm not going to put you on vocal rest because it sounds like your voice is getting a little bit better, but if it wasn't, I would have put you on 72-hour vocal rest so that you don't scar and permanently damage your vocal cords. And I'm like, now that's all I can think about. I've now
really
damaged my vocal cords.
And I was just like, listen, you can take as much time as you need. And you're just like, no. We're gonna go record. I'm gonna talk loudly into a microphone for 2 hours.
I have already talked loudly into a microphone for 8 hours all day.
That's kind of your job.
Yeah.
Do you talk loud at them though?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, you have to project.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good that your voice isn't worse.
No.
And if it gets stuck like this forever, it's not the worst.
I'm just even hotter. Yeah, I was really sick. I took 3 days off of work. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, best days to take off of work because then I had Saturday and Sunday
off. It's like a whole vacation. Instead of drinking margaritas, you were drinking
NyQuil
with scissor,
basically.
Just a little cocktail.
Yeah. God, I was really, really sick, and it was a week. That day I took M to go snorkeling up in North Florida. On the way home, I started feeling kind of shitty.
I bet it's from that nasty water.
Maybe. Nobody else felt sick. But I had a fever when I got home. And then I was semi-okay the next day. I went to work Monday and Tuesday. And then Tuesday, it just started going downhill. And I got really sick. And we were really, really short-staffed. And I felt so bad calling out to the point that I was bawling on Wednesday morning. I literally couldn't speak. But I was bawling, trying to call my district manager and yell at him because I was so angry at the position that he had put my branch in. And yes, it was him, and no, it wasn't him. Whatever.
I mean,
I have an issue with the staffing model that they have at our branch.
It's a problem.
Yeah, luckily he didn't answer, and I still have my job because I was really fucking angry and really sick. And then I was off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went back to work Monday. Today's Wednesday. My voice is still bad.
So you said it started out as a sinus infection?
It started out as a sore throat.
Oh.
It was just scratchy, and then it was...
I wonder if you got water up in there. That dirty water.
I think it was a little the day before I kind of noticed my throat was scratchy when I woke up in the morning. And I was like, oh, I hope I'm not getting sick. But then as the day went on, I was fine. And then...
There she blows.
Mm-hmm. And that's the story of sickness.
So you've been back at work for 3 days. How bad was the cleanup? They hold it together? I mean, really, they only had 2 days that they needed to do it, right? No, 3 days.
3.
To hold the shit together.
Clients are like, I'm so glad you're here.
Like, bitch, I'm not allowed to be sick. Fuck off.
I know. And this morning I walked into work and the auditor was there and I thought we were getting audited. Nope, just me. They only wanted to audit my drawer.
What is going on? Is it still from that fucking like machine error?
I don't know. I didn't ask any questions and I was just like, all right, cool. Let's go. And then like before I get audited, I have to like I don't normally get audited by an auditor. That's never happened before. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But my boss audits me like once a month. And so we have this like certain way of doing it. So like I just started doing that. And then like she stops me all of a sudden. She's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, what? And like she's watching me do this whole thing. And then like as I'm going to press like okay and accept, she's like, oh, wait, no, you can't do that. So like I compromised the whole audit. So she wasn't able to do it and she has to come back. Thank God.
Do you think she did that? Do you think, what if they think you did it on purpose?
No, she's also like a newer auditor. So she was like, that's why she didn't like exactly catch it. And she was kind of like confused by what I was doing. But I was just doing like what I was used to doing. And,
yeah.
And even my boss came in and was like,
this is your first audit. So
that's what we do when we audit. But like at the same time, like she wasn't giving me any like
direction.
Yeah, she just kind of I walked in and she didn't even tell me she was auditing me, and I was just
like, oh, who's this nice lady?
I'm like, oh, okay. And like they were just chatting and she's like, hi, I'm so and so. Didn't say again that she's auditing me, and I'm like, okay.
She just expects everyone to know her. She's famous in the banking world.
A few minutes later she's like, so just like you can go on your computer but no hands on your cash. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
And she's like,
ma'am, I work at a bank.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do
we're
all
about
day?
to open. So
do you want me to leave?
Yeah.
I'll go home again.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I have to audit you. I'm like, okay.
How does that work? You haven't even done any business for the day.
They are coming in to make sure that my numbers are correct to like what I say I have. Because
so you count everything in the morning before you start? And then...
No, normally we count at the end of the night, but you count your own drawer, you audit it and do your own count, and then you close out and you only get someone if you're off. So like you could lie and just take money and just say, okay, it's even.
They'll find it eventually. I mean,
yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, like we've had so many outages that's probably why they're doing it. I don't really fucking care.
Were you guys affected by that shit last week, the Microsoft outage?
The only thing that was affected was our crazy clients. But also I was out sick that day, so.
Oh, you fucking bitch. They probably were out and you just didn't know. All of our fucking computers went out.
Really?
Yeah. And like, so out of the 7 computers, so we have 2 in the manager's office, 3 in that office. Yeah, we have 7 computers in the store and only one of them was working. And like, thank God, like our scanners still worked. So like I could like take vendors in and stuff like that, but I couldn't do anything on the computers. And like the people up front were like freaking the fuck out because it was like 5 a.m. when I came in and they were already calling me like, we don't know what to do. Can we open the store? We can't get the tills counted. We can't get on the computer to do anything. We can't. All the self-checkout lanes were down. We only had like 2 registers working. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I talked to my manager. I'm just like, if nothing's working, can we even open the store? And she's just like, well, you know how this place is. If you got a hand, we'll take their cash. Like.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm surprised that because like airlines were down and it said a whole bunch of different banks were down. I didn't know. I didn't even think about you.
No, not that I know of. I know the clients, they all like stormed the bank when we first opened. They were like, is everything working? Can I get money? God. Oh, I don't need money. I just wanted to chat
the end
with
of
you.
The world is happening.
Yeah.
It was like kind of crazy though, because like my coworker, she's like, she opens the door for me every morning, and she's like very, very like dramatic. Like she has like, I think she's just like very anxious. She's a very anxious person, and like everything gets kind of like blown out of proportion. And like when I walk through,
sounds so familiar.
It's not me. I like walked through the door and she's just like, I'm like, good morning, how are you? And she's like, I don't know what to do. And she's just like freaking out. And she's just like, it's worldwide. The airlines are down. So yeah, that's like what I walked into, and I was just like, you need to fucking calm down. It was like kind of crazy though, because then you like look up all the articles, because I was like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? And I'm like looking up the articles, and it's like, you know, pictures of people waiting at the airports with that big blue screen from like Microsoft, and I'm like, that's the same screen as my screen. Oh
God.
I'm like, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
Gosh, no, I don't think we had any issue. I think our computers were fine.
That's good. I guess you don't use Microsoft.
Oh, we use Microsoft everything.
Oh, what the fuck? The weird thing is like, we were expecting an update to happen on like all of our computers at work the night before. It was like supposed to be an overnight update. And like, I remember
that's what it was, the update.
I remember seeing an email about it, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I hope everything's working, because we always have issues with the updates.
Yeah.
And yeah, I came in, she's just like, it's worldwide. And I was just like, they did an update worldwide? And I was like, what are you talking about? We were just supposed to get an update. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever.
So you don't understand.
We can't open this. She's like, I think I'm just going to text the store manager and let her know that, you know, what's going on. And I was like, honey, I think this is a bit of an emergency if you can't open any of the registers. I think you need to call her and not just shoot her a text.
No. Our power went out at work for like a brief second.
And
yesterday,
chaos ensued.
Yeah, and it knocked us all out. Our phone lines went down. Our ATM was down. We can't use our thing for like 15 minutes. And even then I had to call and report it. Couldn't call though until the phone lines came back up.
You have your cell phones, right? You can't call from your cell phone.
I have no signal at my branch. And so the internet's down.
It's because you're in a big metal box.
I'm like trying to like Teams people, and I'm like, oh, the internet's down, guys. It's not.
What do I do? That's like the crazy thing is like, we are so fucking like, we are fucked if any of our systems get knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, we're helpless.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
even just from like that brief thing with like our computers going down, I was like, okay, well, like we can call people, you know? So like I tried to call IT, and it was like, we're experiencing higher call volumes, blah, 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 blah. We understand there's an issue with the Microsoft blue screen, blah, blah, blah. And we're working on it, and we will update stores. And I'm just like, okay, they're going to update us. And then I'm thinking about it like, how? How are they going to update us? I can't open my email. Are they going to call me? What's going on?
You're going to send a carrier pigeon.
You know what I had to do? I have to like scan in all my invoices at the end of the day. And like my computer in the back room is like all set up. Like I could just do it right from the computer. It's so fucking easy. I had to scan. I had to go up front on the one working computer. I did like manually scan all these motherfucking things in, email them to the email thing. It was really, then save the PDF to the computer. And then, oh God, it was just so stupid.
Because you can't forward an emailed PDF from your scanner.
Nope. Sorry.
So that's all I have to talk about.
I do have one more thing to talk about.
Okay.
Are you still listening to that? Did you start listening to the audiobook that I recommended to you? A Court of...
No. I mean, I listened to the first book. Couldn't tell you anything about it.
God damn it, Tamara.
But I know that like in the second book, like they are not together anymore. That's all I know.
Okay. Read on. You're not into it?
No.
I'm so into it. It's a problem. It's really a problem. It's become a problem.
I thought there would be more smut, and then I was like disappointed and kind of angry.
It's so much better in the second book. It's so much better.
I got angry and was like, fuck this.
Oh,
I have better things to do with my time.
It's so much better, and that's wwhy I'm in such a sexy mood, because I'm in like the third book, and I'm just like, all sex all the time.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, my sister-in-law would be so proud of me. I'm listening to a podcast about it now because I'm that in.
Oh my God.
I know. And I can't stop. And like, it's just really funny because at like the end of the podcast, they have like a section where they have like, for educational purposes, men grappling with erotica or whatever, and they just have like random dudes read like the sex scenes, and they're like, this guy's name is stupid. It's just so fucking funny. Anyways, What you got for me today?
I already told you, I think I have a missing person case from
Washington. Perhaps 1994.
Some of it's in Washington, some of it's in other places.
Is it multiple missing peoples?
No.
Oh.
So I'm doing the story, the missing person of, it's not English. Like, none of that made sense.
She's doing the story of the missing person.
His name's Craig Williamson, okay? He was missing. He is missing.
Was or is?
There's no way to know. I don't know.
Did they find him? That's a way to know.
Kinda.
It's a was if he was found.
Kinda. Okay.
Spoiler. Even though I specifically asked.
Craig Williamson was a fisherman in Washington State when he met the love of his life, Christine, in 1990.
She's going to kill him.
Okay.
Here we are.
Okay, and this is their words, not mine. An Indian medical wheel.
What the fuck's that?
Which is a retreat where people participate in meditations, sweat lodges, and probably peyote. Peyote?
Oh, yeah. What's the other one that they've been doing? Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Yeah, what's the difference?
I think ayahuasca, you like throw up and sweat a lot.
Oh, that sounds absolutely
But you have like
horrible.
Wild moments of clarity. Actually, there's like a Netflix documentary about like rich white people going over to like all these indigenous tribes to use all their fucking ayahuasca, and they're getting like really pissed off about it because we just take advantage of it. Like everything has to be like touristy, you know,
right,
like
yeah. That sounds horrible. Anyway.
You people are ruining my ayahuasca trip. Okay?
Yeah.
Like I paid a lot of money for this.
God. So by the end of this weekend, Craig asked Christine to dinner and they were married in less than a month.
You don't know someone that quick.
No. Fight for love, Rell. They fell in love. They met their eyes. They saw each other across the crowd.
No.
They shared one special kiss that they said the kiss that changed their lives.
Did he like finger bang her while he kissed her? Like what's... I don't know.
Was not there.
What's magical about this kiss?
This kiss. I am not in any.
How about we don't sing that song? How about we sing this song? Kiss me under the milky twilight.
Man, I'm like really missing the 90s today.
I miss the 90s every day of my life.
Yeah. I mean, that may have been the early 2000s because, like, basically they're the same thing to me. But
I think it was the 90s.
Anyway, I think I'm going to listen to some, like, old school 90s music on the way
home. What's, like,
home.
a really good station is...
Feminine Rage Station, because that's what I've been listening to.
Feminine Rage?
Yeah.
What's on there? Do tell.
Some Miley Cyrus.
Fuck that. I'm out.
No, like good Miley Cyrus.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, first of all, Miley Cyrus is a beautiful singer. Her voice is like, and she has the raspy voice when she talks, so you know.
So you identify with her?
Yeah.
Because you also have a raspy voice right now?
But she is a really, really pretty singer. I mean, a lot of her stuff gets played too much as like pop, but she has other songs.
Yeah, I just keep like cringing at the Pitch Perfect scene where everyone's on the bus.
Em loves that song.
Oh.
No.
So sorry. Tangent.
And what is that other song where it's like,
I came in like a wrecking ball?
No, I'm looking for Feminine Rage songs. Like,
is that not Feminine Rage?
No, the song where it's like mother, maid, therapist, nymph, and a slave.
Girl, I have no idea.
Okay.
I know 2 songs from Miley Cyrus, and
that wasn't a Miley Cyrus. It was just
the next 2.
It was just another song from the Feminine Rage playlist.
I feel like Feminine Rage music is just like metal, and then it's just me screaming, ah! Ah! Ah!
No, it's like
my vagina.
Yeah, actually, it's just like that. Okay.
That hurt my throat.
Where were they? Okay, they got married.
So sorry.
They were both in their early 40s and had already built successful careers. Christine was a map drafter
Oh my
Which
God.
is so
a
cool.
cartologist?
Like,
Is that the right? A cartologist? Cartographer? That's so cool.
I
Go
know.
on,
I
sorry.
want a cool job.
You have a cool job.
I know.
I know
Excuse
you
me. I don't.
Oh my God, I was right. A cartographer.
That seems so cool. I love looking at maps or like blueprints. I love looking at blueprints.
Why?
I don't know. Or like floor plans. Like,
Do you just like get your jollies off of like going onto like luxury apartment websites and looking at all their floor plans?
yeah. Or like I'll Google like home builders and look at their floor plans. It's so cool. I don't know why.
She likes to look at their 4 pans.
Bitch.
Oh, you silly feminine woman with rage.
Okay. They both knew they wanted something different for their lives.
Yeah, let's get an alpaca. I heard that.
Craig wanted to expand his fishing and become a fish farm owner to supply large businesses. Christine wanted to be closer to her family. So in 1991, they purchased land in Wisconsin,
Ooh,
which just
my
so
favorite place to do accents from.
which so happened to be very close to her family. So both of their dreams come true, and they open a fishery. Is that what it's called? A fish farm?
Sure. Yeah.
So their fishery supplied restaurants and large markets with fish. They mostly raised tilapia. So do you call it tilapia or tilapia?
I don't call it anything. I call it garbage. Burn.
That's the fish that Jesus fed to people, I think.
Prove it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Burn.
I don't see that in the Bible anywhere.
It is. I think it is. They gave him tilapia.
Jesus bestowed upon the people his famous recipe for lemon dill tilapia. Sorry.
Listen.
So sacrilege.
They sank their life savings and borrowed from their family and banks to start this farm. Craig's farm grew quickly due to his and Christine's determination and abilities to set up connections with other fisheries, and they became well known in the fish farm world.
Aw, I love a small business.
Yeah.
Why? You keep giving me that look like you're not going to like it when the fish eat him.
You're so imaginative.
Thanks.
Craig and Christine worked closely with Eileen Kerr, who owned a fish farm in Colorado. Eileen said Craig was a big teddy bear, and whenever he was away from Christine, he would call her constantly.
Oh, dear.
And it was very evident how in love he was with her.
With Eileen.
No, with Christine.
Kind of seems like he was calling Eileen all the time.
No, not Eileen. He was at Eileen's and he was calling Christine
Why is he at Eileen's all the time?
because they work together. Well, they're like their businesses, like they use each other's like supply and demand.
What's going on? Never trust an Eileen.
Or an Irene.
Or an Irene.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eileen's and Irene's, but like, yeah, I have a bad track record.
Examples?
Eileen Warnos.
Okay.
Example number 1. And for Irene, Hurricane Irene.
Okay. Wow. She came. She
I
brought.
come all over the place. Don't you know this by now? Sorry. All right.
I deserve
I'll
that.
never stop coming.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just thinking of like, come on, Eileen. And then, you know,
Oh,
come on, Eileen.
wow. The spelling is different. So I didn't think about that.
Okay.
Woo.
All right. So Craig loves Christine. Obnoxiously so.
Oh, is he like obsessed? Oh, there's a bubble in my throat.
But everyone said that Craig was just like the nicest person. Like just so kind and like.
He's a fish guy. All fish guys are nice.
I guess, yeah, you know.
They stink, but they're nice.
In August of 1993, Craig made his last trip to Colorado to Irene Kerr's farm. Along the way, he also planned to stop a few places and price out generators for backup energy for the farm. This search for the large equipment brought Craig to Colorado Springs. At the end of his trip, on the evening of Monday, August 30th, Craig called Christine from his room at a Motel 8 in Colorado Springs to tell her he was going to be leaving to return his rental car, and then he asked Christine to call him at 5:30 the next morning to make sure he was awake so he could get on the road to come home.
Set your fucking alarm. I know. They didn't have phones back then, but you know what they had? Alarm clocks.
They did. Maybe he wanted to be woken up by his sweet lover.
I'd be like, fuck you, you're a grown-ass man. Set an alarm clock. Don't wake me up.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, like, why do I have to set my alarm clock here at our house?
Your ass up. You irresponsible. You irresponsible, Craig. Sorry.
He had driven to Colorado in an old school bus he had converted to haul farm equipment and fish.
School bus?
Yeah. So
hey.
He had the rental car just to like get around town.
Right.
So he didn't have to
filled with fish would be really hard to drive around,
yes.
sloshing all over the place.
This conversation was the last time they spoke.
Oh.
Christine called
Do
Craig's...
we like Christine?
Yeah.
Oh, so now I feel bad.
I was thinking the same thing though. Like,
it's like, do I like her? They've only been married a month or dating a month before they got married. I was like, I don't like her. She's a gold digger.
Yeah.
That was very judgmental of me.
Christine called Craig's room 3 times that Tuesday morning as he had asked. After no answer from Craig, she called the front desk and asked the clerk to check on her husband.
Oh, that's so responsible of her. I would have been like, fuck this dude, he woke me up for fucking nothing.
I know. I was listening to a podcast and they were like, he's probably just pooping. Leave him alone.
Right? Taking a very long shower. Or wanking it, since it's one of the few chances he gets away from his wife.
The clerk called Christine back to report that he was not in the room and the bed appeared to not have been slept in.
So they went in there. They didn't just knock on the door and be like, oh, no one's there.
Yeah. Christine immediately called the police, but she was told...
She didn't live there, and he was a grown man, and he could just, like, disappear if he wanted to.
She was told that she had to wait 24 hours to report him missing, even though Christine was worried about a concussion Craig had suffered a few weeks earlier. So, like, him going on this trip, like, she was already worried. She didn't really want him to go, but he insisted to, like, go and do this trip alone. And she was really worried about his concussion. Apparently.
Does it take that long? I've had 2 concussions. Does it? But they were when I was very young, so I don't remember. Does it really take that long to recover from a concussion?
I don't know. Like, she didn't say, or nowhere that I read said how bad it was or like how he got this concussion. But I don't know. He's old, so.
How old? Did we say?
40. She's in her early 40s and he's in his late 40s.
Wow.
Like 46, 47.
That's not that old.
Right. But like.
We're closer to that age than we were to our 20s. Do you want to think about that for a second?
No.
Well, you did just call him old, so it's like you're calling yourself old.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because currently I'm only 24.
Oh, well then I'm just a fetus.
Okay.
If we're doing that game, look at me, my cute little fetus. I still have an umbilical cord.
Yeah. So that was super frustrating because we all know about the 48-hour window to find missing people.
Yeah, it's like different. I feel like every case is different. It's like it's 48 like, hours for some, 24 hours for some, and then some is just like
though. It's like
some is like yeah, he's a grown up. You can't even file a missing person on them. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. So the next day, Wednesday, September 1st, Christine was able to file the missing person report. That same day, his credit cards were found in El Paso, Texas.
Whoa, what a twist!
They were found on a grocery store shelf.
Samara, I don't like that.
Isn't that weird, though?
Yes. Were they used?
No. And, like, the thing is, like, if we found credit cards just sitting on a shelf, like, we would just put them in the vault. Like,
right. And nobody would ever know.
No.
The only way that I can think of that they might have tracked it is if the cards had been used at the grocery store, and then maybe like investigators called the grocery store to be like, hey, do you have any footage of blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe they're just like, actually, we have his cards, like we found them.
Yeah. Or like maybe just like happenstance they like saw the news report about this missing guy out
And they
of
were like, oh.
Colorado.
Right, but that's like multiple states away. Like,
Yeah.
I find it so hard to believe that a missing persons report would reach that far.
Yeah. And even if it did, like remembering that when you're like looking at cards and you're like in your work brain.
Yeah, that's real suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who found the cards.
I don't know.
I bet they were involved.
Yep.
Get that clerk. Get him.
So there's no other leads in the case until 2 weeks later, they found Craig's rental car abandoned at the Mexico border in the town Juarez.
Okay.
Juarez.
I have a question.
Yes.
So they did not pull, I know this was like the 90s, but like, did they not have CCTV footage back then at like the grocery store?
I don't know. And like, honestly, there was a lot of different details from story to story.
I hate that. Yeah.
And also, so this was an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Like the old
That's
school.
actually, I used Unsolved Mysteries as my last case. The Blobs.
Really? But I think because it was part of a TV show, like some of there was some, artistic
decisions.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
there were choices
like just
made
to make it entertaining. I don't know. So whatever.
Okay, so his rental car is found at the Mexican border, which is, I'm assuming, connected to Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not very good at geography. Please don't come at me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe
so
El Paso and Juarez are border towns.
whomever had him traveled from Colorado south.
Yep, into Mexico. Police stated there were no signs of foul play in the vehicle, so that's good. Christine, doing her own investigation, made a visit to the motel and learned that Craig had left his luggage and possessions behind. So it doesn't say specifically if his wallet was left. It just says possessions. Like, there wasn't a cell phone or
those
like
cards used. Like,
I
I know they can track them.
Yeah. So there weren't like crazy details about exactly what his possessions were. I really want to know if his wallet was there, but whatever.
Could Freedom of Information Act them.
Yeah.
I want to know.
But still not a good sign. And like, why did Christine have to be the one to go to the motel and not the police?
Yeah. Maybe they went there, but then they wanted her to go in to see what was missing.
She had to go there and ask the front desk people
To let her in.
to give her his stuff. Like
Wow.
they were the ones that went
really
into the
shitty.
room. Yeah.
Okay.
At least I think.
And there was nothing like foul
Yeah,
looking in the hotel room.
They said there was no sign of a struggle at the motel. Thankfully.
Okay.
That's at least what the hotel people said. But Christine thought she knew what might have happened to her husband. She theorized
the fish business is risky.
black market
Competitive.
fish game.
Tilapia, so lucrative.
She theorized that he either was attacked on the day he vanished or he was confused due to his injuries and wandered off and doesn't know who he is. Like he has amnesia.
Right. Which has happened before in like missing persons cases where like it's just like you find them in the middle of the road one day and it's like, oh my God, you've been missing for 3 years. Where have you been?
Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
So there's no proof or evidence of this. She just comes to these conclusions just based on the fact that he had a concussion a few weeks ago. So she's saying he was robbed outside the hotel room and that they injured him, but because of he already had this brain injury, he now has amnesia and doesn't know who he is. He's still alive somewhere. This is what she's saying.
Okay. That's like a lot.
Right. So Craig's disappearance had a lot of attention in the news, And one lead that came forward was from a lady named Judy Inman. She was a retired nurse from Montana. She stated that 2 weeks after Craig's disappearance, she was traveling on a train from Montana to Washington when she saw a disheveled man on board.
Oh, Craig.
She remembered this man when she saw the news reports about Craig and called in the tip. She said the man was talking about fish tanks. She also said that being a nurse, she was sure he had a head injury.
Oh my God.
I guess that he was like on the train, like, and this could be like, you know, entertainment reenactment, but like on the episode, like 2 people were like messing with him on the train.
Oh.
Yeah. And like she was trying to sleep, and the reason why she remembers it because like they kept waking her up. She was annoyed, basically.
She was like, can you stop mugging that guy for a minute? I'm trying to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Take it off the bus.
Christine believes that this was Craig due to the comments about fish and the fact that the train was headed to Washington, where they used to live.
Aww.
For 6 weeks, Christine traveled around the towns on the train route in Washington looking for Craig. And
because of this one tip?
Yeah.
Wow. 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
And like she combed, like she would go through these towns and like knock on doors, talk to people, put up flyers, like
the whole like route of the train.
Yeah, in Washington.
Wow.
So in December, she was able to meet with Judy. Christine showed Judy more pics of Craig.
But she was like, that wasn't him.
Showed him more pics, and she was certain that the man she had seen was Craig and that he had gotten off the train in Wishram, Washington.
Wishram. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Christine thinks Craig got the town names confused and that Craig was trying to go to Washougal. Wishram, Washougal.
Oh.
And, you know, because of his brain injury.
He knew enough to get back to Washington.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Christine thinks that Craig got the town names confused. So Christine and Craig's son traveled to Wishram to question anyone they could and put missing person signs up. But no sightings of Craig in Wishram were reported.
And that's like a local-ish town. So they would definitely see it before a fucking grocery store clerk in Texas.
Yeah.
That's
like
very strange.
A disheveled man. So investigators believe Craig had staged his disappearance based on how his credit cards were left in plain sight. Like, they were like, that's just too weird.
Yeah.
Like, they were specifically left so someone would find them.
And, like, the fact that they, like, found them and was just like, oh, this is a missing persons thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they were, like, tipped off. Like, hey, there's a missing person from such and such. His credit cards are on the shelf. Goodbye. And, like, hung up the phone.
Or, like, you know, like, a customer came up. They're like, I found these credit cards, and that's the name of the missing guy that I've been seeing on the news.
Right? Yeah. Like, I find it hard to believe. Like, we never even, like, when we found a wallet at work, we wouldn't even, like, look inside. Unless the person came and said, I left my wallet here, and we were like, describe the wallet. And what's your name? And then if there was a brown wallet in there and that's what they were looking for, I would open it up and be like, yes, the name matches. But I'm not going to go digging around in your wallet. I don't want to see what's in there.
No.
I want to see your ugly ass kids and a dried up condom.
I remember one time I ID'd someone and they went to hand me their ID and like on the back of it stuck to it was a condom.
Oh my God.
I was so embarrassed. I felt so bad.
Why was it stuck?
I know.
Why was it stuck?
It was gnarly looking. It had been in there for a while.
So disgusting. Never mind. We don't have time for another tangent.
Okay. They also stated that his rental car had beard trimmings that were freshly cut, suggesting he was trying to change his appearance.
Who shaves their beard in the car?
Not only shaved, like cut.
Oh,
with scissors.
Dear. And can they test the hair to see if it was actually his?
They did send it out for testing. Okay. And whatever university came up with the like fact that it was cut with the scissors.
But was it his?
Yeah.
Okay. Like it could have been an abductor. Right. Like maybe he just like maybe the abductor was like, oh gosh, get this beard off me. I look like the Unabomber.
Right. Okay. They also noticed his bus seemed ill-equipped to haul a supply of fish back from Eileen Care's farm, which was like the original reason for his trip. I don't know.
Oh, he was like picking up fish?
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed weird to me. I don't know if
She
he was like picking
like
it
a
up.
breeder, and then he would like pick the babies up
Like-
to raise them.
Some stories say he was picking it up. Some stories say he was bringing it to her. But regardless, his bus had no tanks, coolers, or fish food. And like he was returning, like that was the day he was supposed to come home.
Yeah.
So like he would have had this stuff already.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was odd to me.
That is very odd.
So in 1994, Unsolved Mysteries featured Craig's case. Do you remember that creepy music?
Oh, yes. I love the original Unsolved Mysteries like so much. I just watched that episode the other day and I was like, God damn. This reminds me of when I was like sitting up late. This is why I'm such a horror junkie now. It's because I just sit up late on my mom's lap all night just watching Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. Brings me back to a crazy time.
It's beautiful.
And it was so scary.
It was pretty scary.
Like that music is okay. That guy's voice.
Oh, so
Sorry.
soothing.
I don't know. It's scary. He has
It's
the
very
sound of a
calming.
voice. I mean, he has the sound
It's
of
the
a
sound
voice.
of a voice. Yes. Yes.
Okay. It wasn't until 1995 when a man going by the name Ron, living in Key West, Florida, recognized
never
himself.
trust a Ron from Key West.
Like Ron John?
He's not from Key West.
It wasn't until 1995 when a man going by the name Ron, living in Key West, Florida, recognized himself on a rerun of Unsolved Mysteries.
What? Oh my God, he did have amnesia.
Craig claimed he was mugged in Colorado Springs and developed amnesia, which had been worsened by a concussion he received prior to the mugging.
That's very strange how it's exactly what Christine said.
Mm-hmm. He woke up in the hospital with the name Ron, where the
Why?
doctors
How?
told him what had happened, and I'm assuming they just like gave him that name instead of like a John Doe. They called him like Ron.
Yeah. Rondo.
And I guess that they just like released him then after that.
Rondo. Rando. Random.
Okay, wow. That was a good connection there.
Yeah.
You're really proud of yourself, aren't you?
Yep.
So like, do they just like release these people that have amnesia from the hospital? Is that just like what happens? They're like, I don't know who I am.
What, they don't know he has an amnesia and they just like, you're Ron now.
Go. Goodbye, Ron.
Go start a new life. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's odd to me. Craig then stated he wandered aimlessly through the U.S. before arriving in Key West and becoming a diver.
Aw.
Doesn't that sound beautiful? I'm just going to wander aimlessly. Not a care, not a
This
responsibility.
was the 90s when you could do that. And you could find lucrative work just by wandering.
Just crazy.
No longer.
No. So he got in contact with Christine, his ex-wife, and the rest of his family.
Why is she ex-wife? They didn't divorce just because he's got a new name.
Also his ex-wife. Like he was married before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he also had kids before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But he didn't have any memories of them.
Oh.
Like at all. Christine and Craig made a trip to Colorado Springs together to see if it would help jog his memory, but the trip was unsuccessful. The two decided to divorce, and Craig moved to California to start a new life. It's kind of sad that,
That is
these two
kinda
lovebirds, but anyway, police still believe Craig staged the disappearance to escape the
Wow. They
debt
still do.
that
Oh.
he had occurred.
And he's just like, I'm Ron. What? Ron, Mexico.
Yeah,
Ron,
from
Mexico.
buying the land in Wisconsin. So they put $80,000 of their own money in, and then borrowed from, I think, Christine's parents and also from the bank to start it.
So he just fucking dipped and left her with all of it?
I mean, that's what police think, and it is kind of sketchy the way that she was like, I think this
exact
scenario
thing happened that he said happened, but also like, yeah, like he wasn't doing all that stuff with the bus.
right. But then like also to just be like, fuck you, fam, I don't know you. Like to your kids?
Yeah.
That seems a little crazy.
Even to her, like.
And like the fact that like he was such a lovable person, like he was like everyone just said he was like a teddy bear.
Maybe the pressure got too much. Money does weird shit to people.
That's true. You don't know what's going on in people's head.
You sure don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's going on in my head?
Sleep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is an Unsolved Mysteries episode.
I mean, it is solved.
Kind of.
Craig is Ron.
We found him. We just don't really.
We don't know why.
We'll never know.
I want proof that he got mugged. Like he woke up from the hospital for reals.
Yeah, I want hospital
proof?
records.
Is there proof of the hospital visit?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
I want the
I want the concussion thing.
Drive from that motel to the hospital. Yeah. I want to see, because they told him he had the concussion at the hospital. Like, you know, you had suffered a concussion a few weeks ago.
Well, that was a humdinger.
No.
Humdinger?
Mayor Humdinger.
Smashing time.
Yeah, I'm like really on like missing person cases.
I know. You know what it like? I'm on like mysteries.
Me too. That's everything. I always Google like solved mysteries,
or even just like unsolved. I don't know. I think like my next one is probably gonna have to be like a moida, which you know, it's fine. I can do it. It's just like really sad, and then I get a little bit crazy because I'm just like all the facts have to be right or else, and I stress myself out. But yeah, I can't. You know, we've done missing persons and mysteries and blobs and like what else is there but to go back to the bloody truth.
I don't know. I love because it's like a twist and a turn.
Yeah.
It's like what's going on, and then there's crazy details.
And it just
like
makes
that's
you
what
think.
I want.
You know, I love a mystery.
Me too.
I do wish that like there's a lot of mysteries I wish were solved, but then they wouldn't be mysteries.
Yeah, there's some really frustrating ones. You're just like, are you kidding?
There's this one, and I thought about doing it on an episode, but it's like it's very visual. It's a very visual. You need like all the diagrams and stuff to really get it. I think it's on like Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries, maybe. But it's that guy that like jumped or fell or was pushed off that rooftop.
I have heard people talk about it, but I didn't watch it.
I think it's like Ray Rivera or something. That's a fucking thinker. That's like, whoa, something weird happened there.
Yeah.
You should watch it. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Look it up. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you so much, friends. Send your crazy stories to
Fearfulfriendspodcast@gmail.com.
and follow us on TikTok and Instagram and like and subscribe and comments and 5 stars,
We're
please.
so sorry about the sniffling.
You need to apologize to me about the sniffling because I'm the one that has to cut out your 85,000 sniffles.
Or you could just leave it in. This is me.
Nobody wants to hear that.
This is me, Tamara. Love it or leave it.
By the end of me editing an episode, I have so much rage for your sniffle.
Is it that bad? It's not that. I mean, it's like there, but it's not like that bad.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.